So now let's apply a shadow effect onto an animation in Toon Boom. So for that, I'm going to bring in an elliptical tool right here, and I'm going to draw it out as a shape, and I'm going to fill it out with a color as well. So let's do a very basic animation to this. So I'm just going to select this around, and then I'm going to do a 60 frame animation. So let's just add in frame right over here. So I'm going to go around here and then choose the animation tool. So over here, this is going to be the starting of the animation. I'm going to move the anchor point right around over here. So once I do that, I'm going to animate this just like this. So over here, just animate it out onto this side. Select everything. So because I want everything to be animated, so drag it around to the side. There you go. There's a very simple animation going around just like that. And over here, I do want it to actually squash and stretch out a bit as well. So I'm just going to drag in the anchor point at the bottom, and I'm just going to add in some level of detail to it as well. So just like this, I'm adding a level of detail over here. So you can see that as I played out, you got the animation over there as well, just like that. So now what I want to do is I want to add in a shadow to it. So how do I add in a shadow? I can use the shadow effect. So to add in the shadow effect, what I have to do is I have to duplicate the drawing and then convert it into shadow. So I'm just going to duplicate the drawing right here. I'm going to right click, and in my case, I'm going to clone the layers, clone the drawing and the timing, because I want everything exactly the same. So I'm just going to clone the drawing right over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a peg. So to create a peg, I'm going to go to Windows. I'm going to go on to around my toolbar onto my display, and I'm going to select display all so that I can enable my peg. So I'm going to go around here and then click on peg just like this, and there you go. Now the drawing is under the peg. So the drawing timeline is same as the main drawing timeline, as you can see, because it is a clone. And now the rest of the transformation, I'm just going to add it in the peg so that it doesn't affect anything else. So I'm just going to drag in my anchor point right over here onto the drawing peg. The peg right over here. I'm going to take the transformation tool, drag it down as if it is a shadow right over here. So let's just do this. This is how the shadow will start, let's say, for example. So now you can see that that is how shadow actually works out. I'm just going to bring this down just like that. And over here, you can see that there's a shadow in certain range. I'm just going to go around and align that out. So there you go. You can see that the shadow like mirror is there. But over here, what I want to do is I want to change out the angle of the shadow just like this onto this side. So it seems just like this, as you can see. So the angle of the shadow changes as well. So now I'm going to apply shadow effect on this layer right over here. So for that, I need to go around over here. I'm going to go around into node view, and in node view, I got all the drawings, as you can see right over here. So this is the peg, the one with the peg. This is where I want to apply the shadow. So I'm going to go on to the node library right over here, bring out the node library, and I'm going to search for my effect shadow just like this. So once I do that, I'm going to drag it over here, and then I'm going to drag in the shadow. I'm going to hold Alt on my keyboard and bring it under drawing 1 just like this. And now you can see that the shadow effect is there. So the shadow doesn't seem like it's working well because there's like edges and everything, but it works well in the render view, so not to worry about that. So if you go to the render view, it's black, so I do need a background to see the shadow. So I'm going to add in a new drawing right over here, a vector drawing. So that is going to be the layer. And here I'm going to go around and then select a rectangular tool, which is white color, just like this. So just draw around just like that. And now on to, let's just go over here, increase the frame for the background as well. So that's the shadow, as you can see. So if I were to go on to the drawing view, you can see the shadow, and now it is rendered out well, as you can see. So there's the shadow and everything else. So if I were to actually play around and go to different frames, you can see that that is how it seems. So there's the shadow and everything else. So I can go on to the shadow and change the settings as well. So I can change the red channel, as you can see. So I can work around with the channel right over here and change how it actually looks like. So I can also expand this right here, change the red channel, and you can see that I can give color range to the channel just like that. I can also go around and change the green channel right over here, and that is how it actually works around. So just like that, I'm going to do minus 200, let's say, for example, to make it dark, and you can change the shadow color by using that. You can also change the alpha channel, so you can make it very, very opaque or a bit transparent. You can change the intensity of the shadow as well. Usually I like to keep it 1 because that's that. I can change the radius of the shadow to make it soft, or if you want to keep it hard, you can just go around and press 1 or even 0 right here. That really makes the shadow sharp, as you can see. So as it goes along, you have the shadow, the sharp shadow, and you have like an animation of the shadow as well. So that is how you can work around and use the shadow effect inside of Toon Boom Harmony. So hope you guys learned something as always. And as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.